Pitch Competition. Thanks so much for coming today. It's usually a very fun event, fun afternoon, and we really appreciate your support. I'm Natalie DeVal-Patil. I'm the Director of the Certificate in Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program. And I am only up here for a couple of minutes because Mac McDaniel is going to take over as Master of Ceremonies in a few minutes. And Mac is an alum of the Certificate in Entrepreneurship program. He was among our first cohort of graduates. And right now he is a law student at IUP at Indiana University. And he is also working at the law firm Taft, Stettness, and Hollister in Indianapolis. So, and his degree here was in agricultural economics, and he took all of our courses, and it's a very successful example of what we do in this program. So we have a record number of pitches to get through this afternoon, so we're going to really make it move as quickly as possible. But I want to take a few minutes to recognize our judges. And this year we have Otis Elevator, who has been with us for the last 6 years, one of the original judges, and we really appreciate that long-term support from Otis. We also have Bingham, Greenbaum, and Dahl, which also has been a great friend to our program. Always speaks in our, attorneys always speak in our courses, etc. Allos Ventures, and this year we have two new sponsors, PEFQ and also Stepstone Venture Partners, or Stepstone Angels, I should say. And our judges today are Ben Wayner from Otis Elevator. He's the equipment account manager for Otis in Indianapolis, and he's responsible for estimating, selling, and managing new elevator sales throughout the state. Ben earned his bachelor's degree from Indiana University's Kelley School. We have Cedric DeHue, an attorney with Bingham, and he's a patent attorney specialized in intellectual property. He's also soon to be a PhD candidate in chemistry here at the university. And he also speaks in our classes and is a great supporter and asset to all of our entrepreneurship programs here at Purdue. Cedric has his bachelor's degree in chemistry from Tufts University and a master's degree from Purdue and a law degree from Indiana University. Bob Falk is here from PEFQ, and he is the president of the Purdue Employees Federal Credit Union. Under his leadership, he directs over 60,000, serves over 60,000 customers. He serves on several industry boards and is involved in several nonprofit organizations as well. Julie Griffith is also here representing Purdue University, and she is the Vice President for Public Affairs, where she oversees the Office of Engagement, Governmental Relations, and Community Relations. And she's responsible for fostering all the critical partnerships that Purdue has in the state, in the world, in the country. And she has her degree from Ball State University. Oops. Oscar Morales is our judge from Stepstone Angels, and Oscar is the managing director of the firm. And the firm does management consulting and also angel investing across the state of Indiana. Oscar earned his bachelor's degree in medical technology from the University of Texas and an MBA from the University of Colorado. A couple of other people participating with us today. We have Mike Cassidy. Many of the students know Mike and have had him as an instructor in the Certificate in Entrepreneurship and Innovation program. Mike is an entrepreneur, built a company called Package Right, which was a toy packaging company. He also founded a consulting firm called Fortress Strategy Group, and he's also a partner in Archimed Technology, a medical supplier to the orthopedics industry. And Mike is a graduate of Purdue's Krannert School of Management. Dave Kitchell has also been with us since our very first pitch competition, and you'll be able to tell from his wonderful voice that he's a experienced broadcaster and award-winning journalist, and he received his degree from Purdue University as well. So first we're going to start with the undergraduate division, and then we'll move on to the graduate division. We don't pre-screen any entrants, so it's a surprise to us what these ventures are, just as it will be a surprise to you. Usually it works out just fine, it's not a problem. I'd also like to recognize we have some visitors here from the University of Nizhny Novgorod in Russia, And myself and Rick Kosher, who's in the audience as well, who's the director of the Burton Morgan Center, and Candace Vibert, who's I believe I saw back there, have been involved with working with this university in Russia for the past year to help them set up a Center for Student Innovation and Entrepreneurship. So they're here to learn about all the different courses. We've taught them about the curriculum that we teach here, and they're also looking at these types of activities to try to duplicate in Russia. So if you have any tips, feel free to give them to them. Okay, as you can see, we have a number of people videotaping and taking care of sound, and they're always great, and we really appreciate their presence. And we have Daus Aziz, who's one of our students, who is really a fabulous filmmaker, and he's done some great videos, and check them out on YouTube. One's called Beautiful Purdue. So he's agreed to do something along those lines for our program, and he may pitch today as well. So, and the biggest shout out is to Jeanette Greener, who is actually responsible for organizing this event. I used to do this a long time ago, but she is solely responsible for this. And also the rest of our team, Jesse Thayer, who's here, who's our administrative assistant, has also been lending a very big helping hand as well. And I have a slide here. Oh, good, you got it. Okay, and then there are a number of other people who are involved in making this a success. So we'll have a couple of breaks during this, but as I said, it's going to move pretty quickly. And then we're hoping that we'll be all done around 4:30-ish so that we can all move to the cafe and have some appetizers, and that's where we will announce the winners. So again, thanks so much for coming, and we appreciate your support.
Again, just wanted to go over a few quick points. First off, as Natalie said, I'm one of the fortunate few that came through the absolute first class of the Entrepreneurship Certificate Program. As part of that, I was actually very fortunate to have started my own business when I was here at Purdue. But I think that was more, I was in the right place at the right time, which I think a lot of entrepreneurs would tell you that is the case. Now, unfortunately for you, that's not the case here. Here, this is a competition of skill. It's a competition of skill because you will have 2 minutes in which to deliver your pitch, and in that pitch, plan to answer every single question that you think this panel of judges would ask you regarding your business, the viability of that business, how are you going to finance it, and every other detail that you think that they need to know in those 2 minutes that would make them want to write you a check when you got off that elevator. Well, unfortunately for you, when it comes to MC capacities, I'm much less of a Ryan Seacrest and more of a Billy Crystal. So if anybody saw the Oscars, I prefer to crack jokes and not look good. So what we're going to be doing in this competition is we're going to keep it running at a very quick pace. When we say 2 minutes, it's not like the Oscars where music will start playing and someone will politely escort you off. That when that 2 minutes hits, and you'll notice you have a timer when you get up here, when that 2 minutes hits, you're done. If the judge has asked you a question, or by the judge I mean whoever you're pitching to, has asked you something and you're in the middle of a sentence, then you may finish that, but then you're done. After that, the judges here in the front will have about a minute to fill out a rubric based upon your performance, and then we'll move on to the next group. Now, what I would like to do, and this is going to make the competition run much more efficiently, is have 2 groups, one on deck and one in the hole, if you're a baseball fan. We'll have 1 team on deck, 1 in the hole, and 1 presenting at any given time. So if you notice that you're going to be up next, or you're going to be up next, go ahead and cue down here on my right, stage right, your left. Come on down here. Let me know who you are. That way I can try to pronounce names correctly this year. I've had difficulty in the past, and I apologize in advance. As well as let me know what your company's name is. If you notice that there's something different in the handouts, you'll notice that you'll have these handouts. You should be listed in there along with your company. If something's not right, let me know prior to you coming up, and then we'll make the changes. okay? And at any time during the competition you have any questions whatsoever, I'll be over here. Just come down and ask me. I'd like to, I guess final thing, remind you all that we're professionals. That's what's really neat about being here at this level of presentation. You're actually presenting to a panel of investors that's as close to real life as you're going to get. And in fact, it is real life because there's real money on the line. So please conduct yourselves as professionals. If you need to, enter and leave the room at any time, do so without causing, but do so and cause as little distraction as possible. Finally, just to remind you how this works. What is a pitch? What's an elevator pitch? It's the 2 minutes, but specifically, this is Dave, and Dave is going to be the quintessential business person that you want to invest in your company. That means Dave's going to be quick on his feet in the sense that you can make him whoever you want him to be as part of this competition, as long as he's your investor, okay? So Dave will be riding in the elevator. Go ahead, Dave. He'll be riding in the elevator. You'll come up, you'll introduce yourself, and you'll talk to him and give him your pitch in that 2 minutes, all right? It's actually a lot of fun. If it's not Dave, it'll be Mike. They're going to take turns. Good luck, I guess, is the best thing that I can tell you. Remember, there's a lot riding on the line here. Do your absolute best. Don't be nervous. If you lose, you're not really losing anything. If you win a lot of money, okay? So do your absolute best. Good luck. And let's go ahead and cue up the first 3 teams.
The 2 leading complaints in the airline industry are flight delays and lost baggage. Now, I can't make your flights appear right on time, but I can help you with your lost luggage. Hello, I'm Zane Chin with Tech.
Hi, Zane. How are you?
Nice to meet
Dave
you.
Kitchell. You on a flight out of town today?
Yeah, it was a rough one.
Everybody is, aren't they?
Zane, Teget provides a lost baggage tracking solution for providing an easy, inexpensive, cheap way to provide your safety of your bags through a GPS location system. So what we do is, when you arrive at an airport, you go and right before you check in your bags, you pull it off right from our kiosk, and then you're able to slip it into your bag, and that way you have complete peace of mind while you travel, and you know that your bag is safe. So there are other competitors out there that are kind of close, but nobody's really made a bag tracker, especially for the airline industry. You're talking about losing your bags almost every flight. And so basically what we do differently is that they have a $200 tracking system with a $50 service fee a year. That's nearly the same flight cost as one of those. So a normal person wouldn't be able to fly out. So we provide a $10 inexpensive rental system so anybody can get this luxury for that.
Now, when you go through the airport scanner, will that detect it when it goes through the scanners?
It's cleared through that, so all the FAA regulations are available for our product to go through. So using our product will allow you to have all the benefits of that and reap all the rewards. And so our team consists of 4 years of supply chain experience, 20 years of IT experience, and 3 years of non-profit management. And so basically what our product does is allow you to make nearly 20 times as much money as our competitors would be able to make on our product. And so what we're looking for is an upstart cost of about $700,000 for all the capital that we required into the tracking devices, and our integration systems would then be worked on with the airlines, and you'd be able to check it at the ease of your smartphone.
How do you market this?
Well, basically, since we're at the airport itself, we plan to target all customers, from business people to vacationers.
So it's on point of purchase then,
Right.
when they're going through the airport.
That makes it easy, because other products you'd have to buy and then remember to pack it, but sometimes you just say, hey, I bought a $200 product and I forgot to pack it. What's the purpose of that?
Okay, time's up. We don't have a ringer.
No, we're good.
Once again, in order to make this move along real quick, even if they did a great job, let's hold all applause until we get a break, okay? All right, thank you.
Let's see, pick up the kids, get eggs,
How
milk.
are you doing today, sir?
Well, hi, how are you?
I'm Anthony Younger. Nice to meet you.
Anthony, nice to meet you. Dave Kitchell.
Dave Kitchell. All right. Well, were you aware that 75 million Americans use fast food restaurants daily?
I think I use it more than anybody else
Yeah,
does.
well, that's the thing, and you of all people, if you use it, you should know that there really aren't any healthy options out there.
That's the truth.
That is the truth, all right. But yeah, in fact, Indiana is one of the most popular places for fast food restaurants. It's actually ranks 3rd in per capita fast food restaurants. And while I'm here, I'm actually going to tell you about my idea. It's called Health Quest. And what it is, it's going to be the first of its kind, all healthy fast food restaurant. And you're probably thinking to yourself, you know what, how are we going to get around this? Who's going to do what? Well, I tell you what, I've done some research, and actually 82% of people that in my research were willing to pay more for fast food restaurants if it's healthier. In fact, they would pay at minimum 5% to 15% more, and that was about 62% of them said that. Now, I bet you're thinking to yourself, well, that's a lot of numbers. I don't know how you got that, how credible it is, but you know, we targeted the faster paced lifestyle and people that would still like a lower price. So we targeted the college students. And what we're doing is to keep up with their fast-paced life. They're kind of going to McDonald's, going to Burger King, things like that. But they're really not eating a healthier lifestyle and don't necessarily always have time to work out and stay in shape. So our big thing is, I'm sure you're aware of Weight Watchers. It's pretty world-renowned, been around since the 60s.
Were you profiling me?
No, just, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, we'll be using the Weight Watchers point system at our restaurant, and it'd be the first fast food restaurant to use this. Other places like Applebee's have used it and has shown great success, but nobody's done it at a fast food place that would help people become more conscious about what they're eating. Now, I'm sure you're thinking to yourself, well, you know, this is a great idea, but how am I supposed to help? But we're asking for we're going to have a little, just kind of a test run with Health Quest, and we're asking for $600,000 in order to invest and get our business up and going.
Where's your test market?
Our test market is going to be in college students, so we're thinking the Purdue campus because it has great success with fast food restaurants as well as all the people living the fast-paced lifestyle. So, and then actually, if you'd like, I can talk to you more about it. I have my card right here.
Know your floaters.
Yeah.
Okay, I will.
And I can give you more
Thank you.
information.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I wish this were an Otis elevator. This thing is so slow.
I have a random question. Do you buy your music online?
You know, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Should I?
You know what? What if I told you you're not getting the full experience out of your music?
How's that?
My name is Kiefer Dobbs, and I'd like to tell you about that.
Kiefer, Dave
Yes.
Kitchell.
There's a growing trend right now. According to Ars Technica, which is a blog site related to technology, they estimate that online distribution of music is going to rise while CD and albums will go down. I see a target and a market that we could definitely get into, but there's one thing, CDs have an advantage. It's very high quality music. You get the full experience that the artist wants you to hear. But online distribution sites such as iTunes, Amazon, Walmart, they cut out a little bit, which, you know, you can't really tell the difference, but the people that really love music, they want the best. And this is where I've come up with my idea called Lost Noise. Lost Noise would be an online distribution site with high quality music, but the ability that people can, you know, buy a whole album or just buy a song.
Has this been ASCAP approved yet with the recording industry?
You know what? Right now it's still just an idea, and I would love to start getting funding so I can, you know, have a shovel and start digging.
What's your age range for your target market?
Target market would be anybody, but my real target market would be college students, people that go to concerts. That would be probably where I would promote my company at any venue and kind of just market that way.
How about your supplier? Who's supplying the tunes for you?
The tunes, that would have to deal with licensing, and that's where I would have to get an intellectual property lawyer, and we'd have to deal with that. It all has to start with money, though.
And this would happen on the web?
Yes. You wouldn't have to install anything or nothing like that. Just go to a website.
Okay. What kind of music do you suggest that I listen to that would give me the best idea of the quality?
The quality, go out and buy a CD and listen to it in your car or listen to it on your computer. Preferably with really nice headphones or really nice stereo equipment.
Okay. All right. What kind of music do you listen to?
You know, I like ambient techno. That's my thing right now.
We've got Little Susie, yes,
Yeah.
I know. Okay. Good luck. Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Ford. I'm Ryan Huck.
Yes, nice to meet you, Ryan. Where are you
I
from?
got South Bend.
South Bend? Oh, nice. I'm
Hey.
so sorry.
Hey, I got an idea that will revolutionize the car industry and any product that requires paint. And it's all about marbles and beach balls. Let me tell you about it. My team of scientists and engineers down at Purdue Elevator Pitch have developed a paint that fixes itself. That's right, self-healing paint. The easiest way to think about it is the paint as the beach balls and our synthetic gel as the marbles. And when a scratch occurs, the marbles move through the spaces of the beach balls to fix the scratch. So your product is always looking brand new, just like you bought it. And this is good for you since there's 18 million new cars sold in America each year. And we plan to make our money by selling our product to companies such as yours to apply to their products. And the best part is, we're the first movers in this field, so we have no competition, our product is patented, and we're good. So are you interested?
Well, I'm interested. How do you deal with, say, car companies that have specialized colors and tones? Do you have, is there a patent infringement on that, or how do you work that out?
Basically, you can take any basic paint and put our synthetic gel into it, and it just works like that. So basically, you can have your own paint, and we can apply our gel to it, and it works.
How do you know that nobody else has this product? I mean, for instance, the
We got
Russians.
the patent.
The Russians are very good at this kind of thing.
We got the patent.
You do? Good. It's an international patent?
You got it.
Okay. Well, about your colors, what's your favorite color that you have in your cars?
Shelby blue.
Shelby blue. As long as it's not Notre Dame blue and gold, I'd be for this idea.
Okay.
What else about your? Is there a warranty that goes with this paint? What happens if?
It doesn't fix itself?
Yes.
We'll reapply it for free.
You'll reapply it for free. And how will this be administered through dealerships, or how will that work?
It'll be applied at the factory.
At factories. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Well, the stock markets are closed today. You'd think with the churches open on Sunday, the stock markets would be open on Friday.
True. Hi, sir.
Hey, how are you?
My
Richard.
name is Richard Peel.
Richard,
I'm
okay.
actually a student at Purdue University.
And I'm
Funny,
Darren.
alone.
Oh, and I'm Darian Petruzzi, and we've got something we'd like to talk to you about.
Well, tell me all about
21%.
That's actually the number of students at Purdue University who feel that their voices are being heard in the 2 student news publications that we have.
And 11%.
That's actually the number of students who feel that that they are genuinely satisfied consistently with the quality of journalism in those 2 publications.
And 18%.
That's actually the number of students who feel that these publications adequately provide good information about the things that are going on in the Purdue community.
Well, you know, you can't trust journalists. You can't believe anything they say.
Yeah, and you know, this is a gap, and you know, we feel that that it has to be filled, and you know, we're gonna fill it.
Exactly. This is it's very much a big problem that has yet to be easily, clearly solved. So, we actually plan to solve this problem ourselves with our company called In Depth. In Depth is actually a magazine publication published for and by Purdue students.
It's an open submission process, so it encourages students of all backgrounds to submit articles, and there's a monetary incentive, so that way we get the best engine of talent.
Exactly, and then we also have open submission for events going on at Purdue as well, so that everyone is aware of what's happening around the Purdue community.
Who edits the content? Who monitors the content?
That's actually good. That's actually a very good question. And what we do is we actually have a staff of 9 people. We will have 2 editors, and they also be along as editing and also picking which content actually goes into the magazine.
Mm-hmm. And you're probably thinking, you know, if you're going to be paying these people for the articles, how are you getting money? Well, we've actually done an in-depth look at basically ad prices in similar publications, and we found basically a price range that we can model our magazine after, and then that way we still have enough money to cover all of our expenses and put back enough money for future use.
Good compound complex sentence. That's good. Okay. Thank you. Good luck.
You going up?
Sure, please. Press 10 if you would, please.
How you doing?
Nice day,
I'm
huh?
Spencer Millard.
Hi, Spencer.
This is my associate, Mike Wiley.
Mike, how are you doing? Nice to meet you.
Do we have a minute of your time while we're riding this
Yeah,
elevator?
big plans for the weekend?
Yeah, heading home to Fort Wayne, actually.
Well, good for you. Drive safely. How about you?
I'm going to Aspen.
Aspen,
You ever
Colorado?
been? Oh, yeah.
Oh, beautiful place, yes.
Have you ever heard of the Aspen Working Adventures
No,
experience?
I haven't heard.
Okay, well,
Please share.
we actually came up with an idea for individuals, students, college students, anyone that wants to be in the outdoor idea, to have an internship opportunity out there, as well as we give them experiences of a lifetime. This might include skiing, snowboarding, mountain climbing, kayaking, but at the same time we give these people all these lifelong experiences, we're going to opportune them with an internship in the respected area. Local business, it's a win-win.
So how this would work, they'd be an intern as a part-time employee. I was an intern for Fastenal last summer. I worked as a part-time employee. That's 32 hours a week. So they would basically work half the week, and then for the other half of the week, they would get this experience that Mike's talking about. Our main idea, our main target for customers would be in the Midwest, Big Ten students like ourselves who love the outdoors, but we don't have the money or the time to take a trip way up north or go out west to go do this stuff every day. So we were kind of thinking if we could put together a program where these kids could get an internship to get college credit while they're still having the time of their life during their college years, it would be a win-win.
What costs do you cover up front to make them get from West Lafayette to Aspen, Colorado?
What we would do is have an upfront fee, like a flat rate, that would cover their travel expenses, their room and board, and also the experience expenses. So up front, you're kind of looking at it, oh, I got to pay this much and this much to get out there and do this. But on the flip side of that, you're going to be able to work out there and be compensated for your work. So you're going to pay $2 grand to come out here for this month, but then you're going to be able to work while you're out there and make some of that money back.
I drove in Aspen once. I wonder if that's related at all. Okay. What made you think of Aspen of all places?
Well, I went there this summer, loved it, too much money, came up with the idea. We did actually, worked out great, so we want to give that opportunity to other people.
Okay.
Thank you for the time. You're on 410, so
thank you.
Have a good one.
Nice.
Have a nice weekend. I know I'm going to have a ticket today. I've been in that space for 2.5 hours. I was only a 1 hour meter. I just know it.
Hi, good morning.
Well, hi, how are you?
My name is Nancy York.
Hi, Nancy.
Can I take a moment of your time to pitch an elevator?
Why, sure. We've got plenty of time. Shoot.
All right. I am one of the founders of EasyDot, which is a modern writing implement that students can use to effectively and efficiently stamp in bubble scantrons. Our target market would be college students, so ranging from 19 to 22 right now. And then how we plan to make money, we actually just want to start small at Purdue, and hopefully that affiliation will help us to grow bigger. And then our main competition right now is Sharpie, because they have the new liquid graphite, which people use to fill in Scantron bubbles a little bit faster. But our competitive advantage is actually the stamp to fill action, and students can fill in under a second.
So the advantage, how about cost? What's the cost comparison to Sharpie? Why would I buy your product instead of a Sharpie?
Well, the Sharpie graphite liquid is, I think it's about $5 for a pack of 2, and we just plan on selling 3 packs for $3 because it was relatively cheap to produce. And we plan on partnering with BIC because they have that affiliation as well, and they could manufacture our product, and we would just sell it and distribute.
What about the green potential of your product? Is it like soy ink, or what's the ink made out of?
The ink? Well, actually, we just plan on having like this with the spring, and then it would just be pure graphite, and you stamp down, and it fills.
Can you buy refills, or do you have to throw away the pen after you've used it?
You'd have to throw it away, but that's why we sell them in 3 packs, so then they won't have to spend as much as often.
Now, Scantrons, with technology and testing, do you think there'll be Scantron cards, or are those going to be replaced in the next 3 to 5 years? Would your product be obsolete if that happened?
Well, we were actually looking into the future, and through expansion, maybe producing our own Scantron bubbles, or even maybe 10 years down the road, producing a pen that goes with like tablets, so then they could just do the Scantron off the tablet.
Okay, all right.
Thank you for your time. Do you have a business card?
I don't, but I'll
a later date?
I have a website.
You have a website? All right.
Good luck. One day of the regular season, and the Cubs are already in last place. My friend Phil Fiorini always keeps me abreast of that. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. Dave.
Nice
to meet you.
My friend was telling us it will be hard to find you using your website. But we're here to help you to improve your website so that people can know about you and your company better. We're Verify, and we let small companies build websites themselves easily by using our online widget. So right now there are two options, like they're already online widgets, but they're built completely on Flash and they don't have much choices and they don't have control over their websites also. But with our widget, they can have their own website and they can just put the widgets that they want. And the second option is going to the huge companies and they charge you thousands of dollars to make your website. But our company is in the middle to help you improve your website. And if you want custom features, we can also do that for you. We have a managed package. So
now, what differentiates your company though from other web builders? Why is your company special?
So because online web builders that are currently there, they make the entire website. They control your homepage, they control your About Us contact page, everything. We don't control your pages. We just, like, suppose you want a slideshow, like a carousel on the homepage that displays your offers on your website, different information about your website. We build those, and we build toolbars like that you can place on your website to increase your social network appearances.
How do you connect with social networking, like Twitter, for instance?
So it's really easy. You just drag and drop our widgets on your website, and you'll instantly be connected to it, and you'll be like, wow, why wasn't I building websites like this before?
What's your market for your service?
It's small and medium companies because they're the ones who have like shitty websites. Currently on the internet, most of the websites are bad except the tech companies and the huge companies because they can afford it and tech companies need to have a good website.
So they wouldn't be affiliated with a chain or anything. They would be independent businesses.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Good luck.
All right.
Oh, hi. Hey, my name's Nick Mossbecker.
Hi, Nick. Mike Cassidy. Nice to meet you.
Oh, I know who you are. You've been a giant influence in my life. Can I take a few minutes of your time?
I'm looking forward to it.
Pitch an idea that I had?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm with a company called Silent Sound, and what we do is we are innovating a network of microphones and speakers that you would place in a room that, using wave cancellation technology, would cancel out the noise coming from the outside world. So it would make a very silent environment that you could work, play, do whatever you want in.
Sounds good.
According to the 2010 census, 82% of Americans live in urban areas, so they're having to deal with noisy neighbors. And I know I'm a college student. I have a very noisy neighbor. He's turning up his music loud in the middle of the night, and it's really hurting. It actually has been hurting my grades. So this would really solve that issue. Now, we do have some competitors. There would be Bose, who are the innovators of noise cancellation technology. They really brought it onto the market. And Acura, who they're putting noise cancellation technology inside cars so that really it makes the ride basically silent, which I think that's really cool, and that's kind of where I got the idea. That and a Popular Science article that said that they're using this technology in the White House so that people in the White House can work and run our country, really. So we would have a competitive edge, though, in that it would be a product that is like no other, in that it's for rooms and apartments. So right now, really, our only competitors are noise cancellation headphones. Oh, that's my floor.
All right, well, it sounds good, Nick. Listen, while the judges are judging, it's you and me here,
okay.
Meaning that they won't be listening to what we're talking about. I'd like to chat you up just a little bit and find out, how did you come up with this idea?
Well, it came from the Popular Science article, and on top of that, having a noisy neighbor. I was up late one night and kind of thought it up.
Wait, okay, so you told me all this. In other words, you had this personal pain.
Yes.
And did you talk to anybody else about this to get some idea?
Yeah, I had a couple of my friends in engineering, and they think that's a very good idea. And on top of that, I've talked to some people, some professionals in the business community in Washington State, where I'm from.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right, how are you going to get this on the market?
Through Brookstones, hopefully. They'd be a great key partner.
All right, very good. Thanks.
Great. It's the weekend again.
It is a weekend, but I'm living for it. How about
Every,
you?
every Saturday morning I have to wake up, I have to put on pants, get in my car, and drive around to find some breakfast. How ridiculous is that? Why can't you have someone deliver food to you in the
It
morning?
actually sounds like too much work.
It is. Consumers today are way too busy for that. They don't have time to go around and get their food for themselves. This is 2012. We got stuff to do, got places to be. And, I try to think of something that could solve that problem. And I'm looking at a delivery donut service. Imagine a Sunday morning, you wake up, you just call them, you're still in your underwear, they show up, donuts at your door. Easy thing to do. And the target market I'm looking at here is the busy people in life, college kids, professionals. None of them got the time for that type of thing. And why not start here at Purdue? Full of young talent, try to get all these people while they're still young, get them involved in it, and then they'll be your longtime customers for the rest of their life. If it takes off, you can spread to other universities as you see fit. Larger cities, perhaps. It'd basically be similar to a Jimmy John's type of thing, but nobody delivers in the morning. You never see a delivery car in the morning. Competition, what kind of competition you got? A drive-through, gas station? You still have to go there. Go there, get out your phone, we're going to develop apps, set up a schedule, so every Friday I want my Friday donuts. Bam, there you go. And you calculate the numbers, get them in about a year and a half, you could be profitable off of a small investment of only $37,000. And so that's sort of what we're looking about. When you wake up on Sunday, and you're thinking, man, I go for those donuts, you should give me a call.
All right, Keith. So it sounds like, though, you got the idea it's all about the delivery.
That's correct.
So if I say that's a good idea, I see you making a ton of dough, and I want to start a donut delivery shop, what's going to keep me?
That's true. We're looking at proprietary recipes. We're going to work together with Purdue students and try to get them some internships so they can get some professional experience on the cheap for us, so that we can try to get a marketing team going, maybe get some graphic designers.
Very good. Well, listen, I'm looking forward to hearing about these proprietary donuts.
That's correct, sir.
Tell me about a proprietary donut. Is it bigger?
Proprietary
smaller,
donuts.
better?
It's got more sugar and more fat, so the Americans will love it.
Just what Americans are looking for.
Exactly.
That's good. So who's going to be your spokesperson? The before Jerry or the after Jerry?
Well, we're going to market it as maybe before Jerry. Yeah, I love donuts and I don't care.
Okay. Well, what about the whole health conscious trend going on in the world? You got anything for that?
Actually, we do. I forgot to mention that in my 2-minute spiel, but we got a whole grain donut option. So it's got whole grain, so hey, cereal does it. Eat it, whole grains.
Okay, how about high fiber?
High fiber donuts. We could go all day with this. Indian donuts, Chinese donuts. Every type of people love donuts.
Sounds good.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sick of these gas prices. Over $4 a gallon.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
You know who else is sick of these gas prices? Is the trucking industry. Hi, I'm Jack.
Hey, Jack. Mike Cassidy. Nice to meet you.
You too, Mike.
So you're going somewhere with this. Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, as you can see, small car companies producing small cars have aerodynamics figured out. Cars tend to taper at the back, resulting in greater fuel efficiency. Semi-trailers, though, they just have the flat back going on, which creates what we call a vortex flow. This vortex flow exerts a force backwards on the trailer. The driver has to give the pedal extra gas, resulting in more fuel consumption.
Yep.
What I'm proposing is a tapered back to semi-trailers, which can be snapped on and off for delivery reasons. And based on fluid dynamic calculations with my professors in the College of Engineering, this will result in about a 10% decrease in drag, which results in a 6.5% increase in fuel efficiency for semi-trucks.
Okay.
Now, with as you can see, the design can swing to the side here, but with
So that's for loading and unloading?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, with 8.5 million semi-trucks on the road today, there's a large market ready for the taking, and we will focus specifically on trucks going long distances, putting on 800 or 900 miles per day. Now, to generate the initial buzz, we'll need some startup funds, probably on the order of $50,000 to make some prototypes, send them out to fleet owners and generate some enthusiasm.
Okay.
But once the buzz is generated, then we'll start production with economies of scale, get the price down, and I believe there's a significant opportunity present here to save the trucking industry some fuel.
Okay. Sounds like, so you know the trucking industry pretty good, it sounds like.
I had a co-op with Allison Transmission, who they make transmissions for large vehicles.
All right, so just you and me now.
Yes.
So we're talking, you threw some statistics at me, 6.5%, so on and so on. What's the break even on the investment on that? How many miles does a truck have to go before you recover the investment?
Recover the investment. I have to get back to you on that. As I said, I don't know at the moment, but I'd love to contact you about that further.
Okay, but in your work with Allison,
yes.
So they were talking about this particular pain point. So you saw the opportunity for this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So did they throw around any numbers of what they would look like, as what would be a reasonable investment, that kind of thing, price point?
They have not. I have to do more research on that.
Okay, so it sounds like you just have the idea and you're still assessing this thing, whether it's an opportunity or not.
Yes.
I have that right?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Well, it sounds great. I appreciate it. Thanks. Hi, how you doing?
Pretty good. How about you? Did you catch the game last night?
I did.
Oh man, buzzer beater right at the end, right?
Yeah, looks good.
I mean, you know, the worst part about watching TV for me is those commercials. You pop up and then, what are you doing? And it's just these sad children. They're starving in Africa. It's these puppies, and you know, I'm not a bad person. I want to help out, but I can't help but change the channel. It's just, I don't want to be guilt tripped into it. I don't want to feel bad. And I'm watching the game. I'm pumped up, and I don't want to bring me down.
All right.
I'm Dan Devine, and I'd like to talk
Dan
about
Cassidy, nice to meet you.
I'm the president and founder of a company called Clothes for Today, Food for Tomorrow. And the idea behind this is we want to take this idea, people want to help out, people want to help you, they want to help stop hunger, but they don't really want to be guilt tripped into it. They don't want to see these sad shows on TV. What we do is when you buy a t-shirt and when you buy clothing from our company, every t-shirt will feed a child in Africa for 5 days. We want normal clothing, stuff you're going to wear, t-shirts, shorts, jeans, just logos, small logos, just normal stuff you'd wear day to day. Our target market's going to be college students, people who, you know, get out there, they're going to want to help people, but they're not going to be able to put in this much money every month. Let's face it, I'm a college student, I don't have $50 a month, $50 a week. I can't plan that, but when I go out and buy clothes, I have no problem buying this shirt of, hey, if it's going to help a kid out for a week, why not buy this shirt over this shirt?
Exactly.
So that's our idea right here. What we're looking for right now is we're online a little bit, we're really looking to get into department stores, and what we need for that is we need a little more investment. We need to have a stronger pitch, we need to have just more startup capital so that we can get more products, so that we have enough to get into these department stores, get our name out there, and really just sort of get going and sort of just start helping out.
Okay, sounds good. Kind of like the Tom's shoes, but of t-shirts and that kind of thing.
I got my idea from Tom's Shoes, actually, but you know what I thought? Hey, shoes, one for one, it's an awesome idea, I love it, but hunger is universal, it's all over the world, everyone suffers from it, and it's just something that I personally think we should get out there to try to help out.
Help me out now. It sounds like you want to do well by doing good out there, but are you really a business first?
Yes, we are a business first. The idea is to make money, but when you look at it, t-shirts, clothes, t-shirt doesn't cost more than $5 to make, and that's sort of higher than t-shirt kind of thing. So you get out there, you sell a t-shirt for $10, $15, you're making a $15, $10 profit. You can set it out there. It doesn't cost a lot of money to help these children. It's true what they say in the commercials.
So it's just you and me right now, okay? So how did you find out about this idea? Is that your passion?
Yeah, it's really something that sort of hit me.
Tell me about that.
Well, growing up, I worked with my church. I helped out on a lot of help hunger. And it's just in my own town, living in Orange County, California. You wouldn't believe it, but I'd go around and have to feed. I'd go to orphanages and I'd feed them, and we'd bring food and stuff. It's just something that I was really passionate about. I thought, hey, this is home, this is university, this is something that I really need to help out with.
So it sounds like you have an interest in entrepreneurship too, so you kind of put those together,
exactly.
Created this concept.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Well, best of success.
Thanks very much.
Well, based upon the watch, I don't have, so I've got 2 minutes in this elevator with you, so I might as well tell you a story,
Yeah.
right? So,
to me.
I used to be really involved in electric vehicles, but I realized something very important about electric vehicles early on is that, you know, if you want to make a small fortune in electric vehicles, you got to start with a large one. And I also realized when I trained in entrepreneurship that making a profit is important. So, I had a little bit of a paradigm shift and realized that the grid market is a very good place to play right now because there's a big scarcity issue. For example, electricity is very cheap at night and very expensive during the day, during peak hours. There's an easy way to solve this problem with grid storage, adding battery packs to the grid, charging at night and then discharging during the day. But the problem is that battery packs are typically very expensive for a good reason. Batteries have a couple different characteristics that are important. Their energy, their power output ability, and their cost. The thing is, all systems right now are based upon one chemistry. This locks you into one thing that you can't optimize. However, if you have a system that can blend energy between battery packs, all of a sudden you can optimize energy between cells that are very cheap to store energy in and very high power output. For example, what we do in power systems is we can get batteries from an end user, like a used lead acid company, that would cost about $8 a kilowatt hour to store the energy in. And then we use big packs of those at about 600 volts, and then we use our electronic and hardware solution to either step up or step down the voltages there, and then shoot that into a lithium pack for the high power output. What you can do then is you can do peak shaving for entire companies with the same power performance outputs as doing all one chemistry for 60% less cost. It's not vaporware, we've actually done it. It's been working for 5 months in installation in Cincinnati. But like I said, a 60% reduction in cost is very, very important when you deal with a $32 billion market. It's not chump change. So like I said, you can actually pay yourself back with the power demand charges in about 4 to 5 years without subsidies, which is also very, very cool. And it's a much better turnaround on investment than electric vehicles. So.
All right, well, it sounds good. So it sounds like you have a huge potential market.
Yes.
But at start, resources are going to be limited. Have you thought about where you're going to attack first?
Yeah, actually, so what we've been doing is, one good way to go is battery formation. For example, battery formation, you've got to charge a battery and discharge a battery a couple times to get the plates to form where you want them to. The way they've done this historically, since energy is cheap, is you just discharge and then discharge into a bleeding resistor. So you just waste all this energy. So what we're going to do is use our inverting bidirectional buck-boost converter system to shoot energy back and forth between cells. And we're actually looking at a very big deal right now with the big battery manufacturer to do this.
Just you and me?
Yeah, sure.
Just you and me. How did you get into this?
Actually, I was giving a patent pitch for one of the motorcycles I built last year, and I met the CEO for this company. He wanted me to come on board, and I've been there for a little over a year now. So, very cool.
Okay. So. Good. So you sound like you have a lot of passion for this.
Certainly, yeah. It can do a lot of good. And the way our grid's set up right now is we can't keep going the way we've been doing it with this old archaic technology. There's got to be a way to solve it without adding emissions. And if you do it using recycled products, well then you've got a home run.
You mentioned you have a breakthrough. How are you going to defend yourself against someone who just wants to copy you?
This is a good one. So we've got patent protection. We also are about a year and a half ahead of our biggest competitors, which are GE, ABB, Itochu, etc. They're just starting to do this right now, and there's a lot of little issues that they're going to run into. So we've got probably about a year advancing on them, so it should be pretty cool.
Best of success to you.
Thank you very much.
For me, it's been an issue, and I've come up for a solution to that problem. It's called Belt Buddies, and this is how it works. The product, be it a princess or an animal or an action hero, is separated into two parts. The first part has a clasp that attaches to the part of the seatbelt that goes across the chest. The second part moves over the buckle and has a sensor attached to it, so when the buckle is fastened, a sound is produced. Now this sound could be a magical tune for a princess, an animal sound, or a voiceover for an action hero. Now in terms of its cost and viability, I ran this through Professor Jason Tinenhouse, who teaches toy making for mechanical engineers at Purdue. And he believes this is a very viable product, but also a potentially very lucrative one.
Sure.
The product can be produced for roughly $5 per unit and sold at a recommended price of $15. According to Foresight researchers, a research firm out of Detroit, people spend roughly $815 in car accessories. Now this could be a GPS system, decorated floor mats, or a product like Belt Buddies. Where Belt Buddies stands out is that it's aimed towards children and it's aimed towards safety. The goal of Belt Buddies is to develop a habit, a positive habit that will help save people's lives. Moving forward, I'll continue to work with Professor Tinenhouse, but I'll also reach out to Tech Ventures, who is through the Center for Commercialization and Innovation at Purdue. They'll serve more as an advisory role. I'll then prototype the product through the Mechanical Engineering Technology Department. After the prototype is developed, Professor Tinenhouse has agreed to set up meetings with toy companies and toy manufacturers who will potentially license my idea. I just need a little bit of investment to get my idea on the road.
Solid plan. How much are you looking for?
To prototype, I'd like to have roughly $500 to prototype, and then you know, things may not work out, and just getting in touch and travel costs roughly another $5, so about $1,000.
Not too much. Right. So, tell me, how did you get into this? Because you don't have any kids. So
Correct.
You're babysitting.
Babysitting when I was younger. Naturally, I kind of come up with ideas for products for children. If you go to a university bookstore, there's a coloring book I produced that's on sale, pretty themed coloring book. So,
okay.
Yep.
Well, what else about you personally might sway somebody to make this investment?
Sure. One thing is that I'm motivated. So about a year ago, I took basically my whole semester. You know, I still got good grades, but I ran for student body vice president, which is the most fun I never want to experience again. But I came out of that and won and got a leadership position through that. And I got to lead and work with some of the most talented and motivated people I've ever met. So being able to lead them is definitely makes me able to develop this product and carry it through.
All right, sounds good, Mike.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, before we move forward, is Jordan Foster or a representative of Echo?
Mike, just the guy I wanted to run into. How are you?
I'm doing well. You are?
Mike Easton.
Hey, nice to meet you.
If it's all right with you, I'd love to take the next 2 minutes to tell you about a life-changing experience I had last summer and a breakthrough new product I just patented unlike anything else out there.
All right.
Well, it might sound funny, but as an avid swimmer back home on the East Coast, I got caught in a riptide in the ocean. And even as a lifeguard that knows what to do in that type of crisis situation, I could not stop struggling. I was literally dying for something to keep myself above water. And that got me thinking, even though I made it through and did some research, 60 million Americans every year run the risk of drowning. 20,000 of those Americans actually die, and 10,000 of those are under the age of 14. And that's when I came up with Buoy Band. Buoy Band is a compact flotation system, basically a cartridge a little bit thicker than my phone that is attached to the arm. And by activation, by either pulling on a ring or by reaching a certain depth underwater, which can be preset, an air-filled torpedo, like lifeguards use to save individuals every day, is projected out of the armband and will drag you back up to the surface and provide the necessary flotation device to stay above water.
Amazing.
It's so powerful and so effective, we even tested it on a 275-pound man in a 20-foot pool. It brought him right back up to the surface and was completely successful. Think of that as a target market. Every one of those lives could have easily have been prevented. Well, every one of those deaths, excuse me, the drownings, yes. But the benefits of this product are undeniable. With foreign source manufacturing, money is obviously not going to be a problem. And Mike, if it's all right with you, I'd love to get a chance to meet with you later. And
yeah, it sounds good. So this sounds like it's on the market. Yeah?
Not yet.
Okay. All right. Well, it sounds authentic. So do you have any plans to patent it or anything like that?
I did. Told you.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I was so... Yeah. Well, what else about you, Michael? Would you like me to know? Anything personal going on with you?
Not much.
Okay. All right. I guess that's it. Best of success to you.
Thank you.
What is wrong?
I just had the worst experience with a water fountain of my entire life, sir. Have you ever...
So that explains all. Thank you.
Have you ever been dissatisfied with the quality of your drinking water before, Mr.
All the
Cassidy?
time, sure.
Well, you're not alone there. It's a big industry in the United States. Bottled water, probably one of the best examples, was actually worth $11 billion in sales last year alone. At its peak back in 2008, that industry was worth $15 billion. That recent decline that we have seen is due to changing market trends because of the environmental impact of this industry in the youth. This is evident because last year the production of these bottles consumed over 77 million barrels of fossil fuel. It's this sort of industrial environmental negligence that has led to the formation of a continent of trash in the Pacific Ocean that's twice the size of the state of Texas. So despite all of the environmental implications, the market speaks very strongly with $11 billion a year in bottled water alone that people want cleaner water and they're willing to pay for cleaner water. I have a solution for this problem. My company, H2Go, is a water vending machine that purifies water on location and enables the consumer the ability to purchase high quality water refills that exceed bottled water standards and is also 8 times cheaper for the consumer to purchase this product. This is a highly profitable potential investment because of the scalability of this idea. There's almost no manpower other than changing the filters involved with this. And additionally, I want to premiere this on college campuses initially. However, at the end of the day, everyone drinks water, sir. So everyone is a potential customer. This could go international. I currently have a team of Purdue engineers, marketers, researchers, and recently I added an industrial designer to my team who are working on developing this product with me right now. In order to continue our product development process and to expand into 5 campuses in the Midwest area, I'm asking you for $50,000 to test the traction of this idea. Once the market results are in from that test period, I would then like to pursue another round of investment for $500,000 to scale this up on a more national basis.
All right, sounds very good.
Thank you, sir.
So, Greg, sounds like you're kind of blasé about this whole thing. Katrina, don't have a lot of patience. How do I know you'll stay with this once you start?
I really want to make a difference on this, sir. It's not only about making money with this, because it is a profitable idea. I believe that very strongly. But frankly, a continent of trash in the Pacific Ocean that's twice the size of the state of Texas is disgusting to me. I love to scuba dive, and I would love to see that cleaned up.
All right, I agree. Best of success.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, how you doing?
My name is Milad Lukize.
Milad, nice to meet you.
I'm an undergraduate researcher in biomedical engineering, and the product that I actually made, it's quite innovative. So I want you just to imagine a product that is eco-friendly,
okay,
it's affordable to the consumer.
All right.
It's virtually viable in almost any market, extending from its own personal niche. So it's versatile.
All right.
And not only that, but it's also competitive with the leading competitors. Sounds like a pretty good idea.
It does.
I don't want you to think too hard on this, but I'll just give you the answer. I've already invented it. So the product is based off my company, Bright Ventures, LLP. We're just a startup company, started last year. The product is the first global nanomolecular soy-based car wax and polish. So the idea basically stemmed from my own personal being a consumer of the car wax industry. It's a $70 million annual sales industry. And I had to buy a ton of different types of car wax to basically keep my junker in high school still running. It worked pretty well. It's still going around. The wax industry itself is really, there's two categories. You can have the high premium end, which is around $50, $60. Then there's the entry end, which starts around $6. The entry ends, there are a lot of natural-based car waxes already in the market. They just don't perform as well as the high-end premium market.
Sure.
While as the premium market, there's nanomolecular-based waxes, but they also have toxic ingredients. They're harmful not only to the consumer, but also to the environment. So I took it upon myself to invent this idea that basically bridges the gap and gets the benefits of both worlds. I met with Charlotte Erdman. She's an engineering librarian here at Purdue. Great work in patents and trademarks, and she met with me. We did a global, extensive patent search, and we found that the idea doesn't infringe on any existing patents. So I went about, that was the green flag, to go ahead and make the product. So I ran it through a technical process using the industrial standards already in the market. We did brightness as one of them, we did wear and tear, and we also ran it through a couple other subsidiaries. So it is in the market, it works, and it costs about $40.15, which I'm going to cut.
Sounds good.
Thanks.
So just you and me, so you spend your Saturdays shining up the car.
Shining up the car, the great product, I think that really is the scalability of the market. So it's not just a car wax, it's also a polish at the same time. Because of the ingredients we use, it's also very safe, friendly, and gentle, so we can use it as a polish. So shoes, just everything. Yeah, it's a great product. Raised about $10,000, and we're looking to get some more money.
All right, very good. Best of success to you.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hi, Cherry.
Hi. Is she your granddaughter?
She is. Is she pretty?
Yeah, she's really pretty. Does she like Barbie dolls?
You know she does. How did you know this?
Because every girl, I think, loves dolls. Like 7 million Chinese girls in China, they also love dolls. But unfortunately, our domestic toy and animation industry are still very new. And also, we're losing our traditional culture. So our government is very worried about that situation. They provide special funds and policies to protect them. Now, here comes to my product. You know, Barbie is the symbol for American culture, and I'm sure that my doll would be the symbol for Chinese culture. Each doll stands for specific Chinese historical character. And you know, we have 5,000 years history, so it will provide a lot of inspirations and resources for my design. In addition, for each character, I'll have a 20 minutes animation to be shown on the TV. It's kind of like an advertisement, but also I think kids can learn history from it. I'm pretty sure that parents will love it because my doll will not only be used as a toy, but also for an education tool. And also, I will be the first mover to combine these two industries together to satisfy huge demand. 7 million Chinese girls, yeah. So, but the production cost will be also very low. You know, the domestic manufacturer cheap labors.
Yeah.
Yeah, so money making will not be a problem. Now I have many aspects like sociologists, psychologists, and cultural aspects to be join my team. I also coordinating with a manufacturing company, a marketing company, and an animation studio. We also have an official website to sell those dolls all over the world. Here's the market.
Wow, well thought out. So you're telling me you have 7 million Chinese girls with demand.
Yeah,
and the government's putting money in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the whole idea is that
we have special policy to protect our domestic industries and culture.
Now, just you and me here. How many Barbie dolls do you have? Who's your favorite Barbie?
All of them.
Are you a politician?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you could be.
Maybe in the future.
Well, this is fabulous. Best of
Thank
success.
you.
Nice to meet you.
Bye, Barbie doll.
His name is Eugene Toe with his company, Boiler Up 4X.
Hi, Mike. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. My name is Eugene from Boiler Up Forex.
Okay, Eugene.
Yeah, thank you. So actually, we believe we are the first and have the most effective foreign exchange investment business available to the public today. So okay, let me tell you. So actually, our company helps the customers to invest their money into the forex market by using the artificial intelligent automated robot that works 24/7. So it's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. So let me tell you about this. So why forex? By comparing the measly $76 billion a day volume at the NYSE, the forex market looks absolutely gigantic with its $4 trillion a day trade volume. And it is so much that it has so many hidden opportunities. And also besides that, we are the pioneer to implement the AI technology into the forex business. So intelligent that it can detect the overbought and oversold regions of any currency pair, and also predict the trend when there is any major economic news being released.
Money, what you're saying.
That's right. And also let me tell you about this, Mike. Our company's robot has shown consistent profit of 10 to 15% every week. So the banks out there don't give you 10% interest a year, let alone 15% a week with us. So if a customer invests $100,000 and we assume the gain is 40% for each 12 weeks, so the company will make $400,000 from the $100,000 12 months ago. That is a lot, right?
Yes.
So and actually, the more money, and also remember, this is just one customer with $100,000. So the more customers we have, the more money we get, and the more profit we will make, right?
Yes.
So and also, Mike, let me tell you, our customers are anybody above 12 years old with a minimum of $500 initial deposit. And also, Mike, let me tell you about this. Because this is an automated trading business, so we only need 5 people to start this company. And there are 2 accountants, 1 financial engineer, 1 computer scientist, and the last person is me, who's standing over here looking for venture capital from you. So, Mike, I hope that you can consider Boiler Up Forex. How do you like it?
I like it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Your job is going to be to count the money you're making.
That's right. That's right. Thank you very much. And actually, for your information, I'm a mechanical engineering student.
All right, just you and me here.
Okay.
How did you think of this idea? I mean, personally, what about you made you think of this?
What?
Well, forex.
Oh yeah, because actually I've been trading forex for quite a couple of years, and previously I was trading manually, and right now I'm using robot to trade it. And I realized that when I use the robot to trade it, the gain is actually very high, and I can't tell you how high it is or how much I make from this. But actually, like consistently, the percentage is actually very high for each month.
We're done. Sounds pretty boring.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Oh, hi.
Hi,
What's your name?
my name is Abhishek.
Ah, Abhishek. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Dave.
meet you too. Hi, Dave. My name is Abhishek, as I've told you, and I'm going to share a business idea to you that can revolutionize the housing sector in India.
Let's go over here to this end of the elevator.
All right.
I've got to push this button.
That's here. Per capita consumption of steel is one of the barometers of a country's economic progress. As a country develops, its per capita steel consumption increases. Among the BRIC economies, Brazil, Russia, India, China, whereas China has long crossed 200 kilograms, India's per capita consumption at around 40 kilograms is too less and is increasing at a very, very fast pace.
Though housing and construction are the biggest consumer industries of steel in India, the penetration of metal building in the housing sector is 0.5% compared to the US, where the penetration is 20%. Therefore, metal buildings, they give us tremendous opportunity to increase the steel consumption in India. My business idea is to establish retail chain selling low-cost metal buildings, similar to recreational mobile houses in the US, primarily to the rural and the semi-urban population that constitutes nearly 2/3 of India. These portable houses would be sold through retail chain as portable kit of standard prefabricated structure, and these would be very cost-effective way to provide solution needs to the semi-urban and rural population. The price of these prefabricated structure is approximately $1,200 US, and after adding all the establishment cost, I have worked out a profit-making price of $3,000 US for such houses, which is still less than 1/5 the price of conventional concrete buildings that semi-urban and rural population generally use. With Indian government estimating housing shortage at 24 million, the total market size for low-cost housing is more than 50 billion. That gives you tremendous opportunity. Would you be interested in investing?
Yes, I would, actually. It's an interesting concept. Now, just between us, Prophetstown State Park, if you've been out there, has a home that was a Sears home, actually the same concept, built from the Sears catalog. You ordered a home, it was a kit, it came out when you constructed it. How did you get this idea for this in India?
I was working for 7 years in the steel industry. I was working with Tata Steel, that's the 6th biggest steel company in the world, and I was catering to the construction sector. A lot of my clients, they were into rural and semi-urban areas, and when I visited them to provide steel to a lot of my customers, then that is the idea when it generated. Because of this housing shortage, there is an urgent need for low-cost and fast-erecting shelters.
Right, and going there for a second, so you don't really have any competition in India for this market right now. How are people building homes in these areas, rural and urban, or rural areas, I'm sorry. How are they building homes in these areas?
As of now, all these people, they are going for concrete houses, which has primarily 2 big disadvantages. First of all, the concrete houses, it takes a lot of time to build. So for instance, if I'm not into that higher category bracket where I can afford my own home, it takes years, maybe 1 year, 2 years to just build my own house. And secondly, the type of hazard that is associated with concrete building. We all know that.
The new national homes of India.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, our next competitor, John Chuang. Team Tebow. All right.
So, do you mind, I'm going to try and pitch this to the whole audience.
I've got Peyton Manning on my fantasy football. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing fine, how are you?
Good.
All right, so today I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to participate in a new way of thinking about franchising. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about open franchising. So my family has owned a national food chain franchisee since I was born. I don't really want to name the company that it is, but anyway, what I want to tell you today is that there is a quintessential problem with franchising today, and it's about control. With economic depression recently happening, franchises have been really under pressure to hit price points. Companies use coupon books, they use price controls, and they're really straining the way that I am able to manage my profitability. So in that sense, what I'm inviting you guys to do is participate in open franchising. Open franchising is the idea of allowing a franchisee the chance to make new products for the company. And in that sense, they will also incur the profit, they'll realize the gains from what they've come up with. So how is this possible? We're talking about Domino's Pizza, for instance. They're seeing great success with their new Parmesan cheese bites. But the problem is the guy that invented it sees no profit from his idea. And it's a national idea. What I'm trying to propose to you guys is to participate in a very flexible and very open idea of restaurant franchising. And so I would like to see if anybody's interested today.
Okay. So restaurant franchising, would this have to be a known name already on the franchise market?
So the reason that this is great is because we're trying to open up new ideas on how it's going to work. So let's say a menu. What we're going to do is have 80% of the core menu coming from the corporate, but 20% is allowed for the region to come up with their own ideas.
Local flavor.
Right, and in that way you're leveraging ideas. In that way you're leveraging ideas from the regional knowledge and using it and integrating it into your supply chain, and you're able to profit off that, and everybody is able, it's basically restructuring the way and rethinking the way we do franchises today.
So I guess one question here is devil's, and this is between us, on devil's advocate here. What about the regional cost though? Because a Big Mac in Chicago is going to cost more than a Big Mac in West Lafayette, and you say it, you know, coupon kind of it sets the price. Is that, are you talking more of a discount than a coupon for the price, or what are you going after here?
So the problem with coupons is that they're trying to incite demand, but the way the economy is working right now is not really inciting demand. So instead, it's killing our profit margins. So I'm not talking about coupon books, I'm talking about building a brand around products, rather than an image such as McDonald's.
Okay, thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, our next competitor, Go.
Hi, Go.
Nice to meet you.
Dave, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Nice day.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, can I introduce a product that might become a $10 billion market?
Sure, that's worth a 10-story ride. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, today the current market size, I'm talking about the current market size, not the future, not the potential, but the current market size of hydrogen is $150 billion. What we aim to do is to gain the hydrogen for the semiconductor industry, which is a $10 billion market. Now, the current process of making semiconductor requires ultra-pure hydrogen. This ultra-pure hydrogen is produced at $100 per kilogram. What we can do is, under the worst case scenario, I'm talking about the worst case, not the best case, where everything flips, transportation costs goes up, government flips, we can still produce the hydrogen for half the price, $53 per kilogram.
How does that happen?
Well, it's by our special process of producing hydrogen. We use a special alloy to make it with water, so we don't have to go through the trouble of using natural gas and then processing it. The whole process of making hydrogen, the 3 nines, 99.9% hydrogen to 6 nines, 99.999% hydrogen, it takes a lot of money in processing, but we skip all these steps.
How much do you need for startup capital in this idea?
Well, we already started the company last year in November. We got injected $10 million just very recently. We also partnered up with an Israel company, the oldest and largest gas company in Israel, and we're working toward commercializing this product right now. So it will depend on the negotiation and how much stocks you want. So.
What about the future of semiconductors? What if they're not produced with hydrogen anymore? What happens then?
Well, I believe there's going to be more chance of more hydrogen. That's the trend right now, rather than using other gases. And that's what the gas companies that are more experienced with working with Intel and these Samsung companies, they are experiencing. So I don't believe it's going to go away soon. So, and furthermore, another benefit we have is that the traditional way, the conventional way of storing and transporting hydrogen is with high pressure, 6,000 psi. We can store it at 100 psi or less and transport it. And this can be done at room temperature.
Okay, now just between us here, what would keep a competitor from doing your process after you start doing that process for the semiconductor industry?
Can you say that again?
Well, what would prevent Intel, for instance, from going to another supplier and saying, hey, we've got a process here of doing this differently that will cut the cost of pure hydrogen? How would you stop that from happening?
Well, other than patent, I don't think we have a very good idea yet, but we do have patents. We have several patents from Purdue, that's because we're the team developed it, and also the company itself have other separate patents working separate aside right now. So.
Anything else?
Nope.
Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good.
Carl. So I just had an interesting idea about how to eliminate odor from bathrooms. So normally we have a two-step process where the first step we have the exhaust fan, and as a second step we use some fragrance like Febreze or something.
Yes.
So what I thought was to combine the two, and like my idea goes like this, like have a setup within the exhaust fan, and while the exhaust fan is on, it does nothing. But when the exhaust fan is stopped, that's the point when it starts bringing in the aroma inside, like whatever space it is, it's kitchen or bathroom or whatever. And another thing is like it can be the amount of or the time of that it pushes aroma inside the place would be directly proportional to the time the exhaust fan is on, because that gives an indicator of how like strongly you want the odor to go out of the place. Like if it's a kitchen, then or it's a bathroom, then the time it is on, it will be directly proportional. And the second thing, what I have thought about the product is that it can be an attachment to existing exhaust fan, as well as it can be integrated in those. So right now I'm looking for some funding to start the pilot process of research. So
how much are you looking for?
Around maybe $5,000 and 3 to 4 months time, so that I can conduct some research and feasibility and some market survey.
Would you be working with like a Febreze or a Glade or a Lysol, or would you?
Yes, once I have a concrete pilot plan done and I have some results to show, then I can pitch it to either these companies or the companies who can who produce the fans. So those are the potential customers.
Sounds like a son of money to me.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. In terms of this, why do this independently? Why wouldn't you work within a lab, for instance, or try to vend directly to a corporation, or is that maybe something you're going to find out?
Yeah, the thing is, like when you go to a corporation, they want to see first what metal does your idea has. So if you want to show them something, you ought to have done some like product development to some stage and some research and some result, so that you can show them some data. And once they see the data, they will put in money.
Any scents in particular that your favorite scents? What are they?
I mean,
how many do you have?
Yeah, lavender is
11 different scents.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Waiting to see you for a long time. It's nice to meet you. I know who you are.
I've heard about you.
Well, thank you. I'm really excited about this product that I've been working on at Purdue.
That's what I've heard.
It's a filter, and I got something to show you. Hold on. I've been wearing this suit for a few months because I really wanted to show you the idea. And so I don't want to tell you how long I've been wearing this suit, but it's been a while. And so our idea that we've been working on are these aptamers. So what aptamers are, they're short DNA sequences that bind specifically to small and middle molecules. And what we did is we worked on this on a project to figure out an idea on how to reduce the time patients need on dialysis. And we came up with this filter where we put aptamers inside the filter. You can see they're kind of here, and when the blood goes through the filter, it picks up some of those middle molecules, and then we can remove it from the body very easily.
So it's a blood purifying device?
It is a blood purifying device. And the reason I need you is because of your expertise in this field, and I need some of that credibility. But beyond that, we think that there's a lot of application, not only in the medical device market, but also in industrial waste. The industrial waste market is a $70 billion market, as you can see on this graph here. And then once we kind of establish our footing in there, we feel like we can move on to pharmaceutical research as well as medical devices. The product, the filter, is very simple, and it works really well at filtering out the middle molecules and the toxins. And we feel like it can make a huge change in the way that industrial toxins are removed, as well as improving patients' life in the hospital setting. So here on this side, I have I can show you kind of what our business plan is. So right now what I need your help with is really identifying some of these industrial partners that we can work with to solve some of their basic needs of to recycle some of their industrial waste, so a chemical process that they're working on. And then after we do that, we're going to create some of these custom filters.
Is there more back here?
There's no more back here.
Okay.
So,
in terms of startup costs on this, have you already patented this, or is there a startup cost?
So the startup cost is about $10,000, and that's mainly for trying to figure out which aptamers we want to use.
And the patient base for this, for the medical device industry, what's the patient market?
Just by doing what they like doing. This would benefit mostly small charities right now, but charities that have more support in society because they need more money. So, thank you.
All right, where are you from?
Georgia, the country.
It's Georgia, the country, not Georgia, the state. Okay. In terms of charities abroad, is that kind of a new thing compared to what's going on in the United States, and would this have a larger market abroad than maybe it has in the United States?
Well, that would really benefit actually charities abroad because like donations are not as common like in Georgia, for example, as in here in US, and also like internet donations are totally absent, and this would like take end user away and just direct money directly from the advertisers to the charities, so it's very fluid process. So that, yes, overseas charities would benefit a lot from that.
All right. David, that's the one to you.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Hi, how are
I'm
you?
Ankit. Can I talk to you for some time?
Why, sure. Go ahead.
So I want to share an idea, very futuristic idea, doctor in your palm. Right now, everybody has one or maybe more than one smartphone in their pockets. These smartphones can do more or less everything. We can talk to our parents, we can connect with our friends, we can play games. But even today, whenever it comes to health, we have to go to hospital, even for a small regular checkup. Forget about diseases like cancer and HIVs. How about not going to doctors, but bring it in your phones? And this is indeed possible. These smartphones have been made possible by integration of small elements called transistors. Similarly, we can bring a doctor in our phones by integration of small elements called biosensors. But biosensor is not a new technical term. It has been around for more than 40 years already. But we don't see them in our phones. This is because of their poor sensitivity. They can detect diseases like cancer, but only when the person is already dead, which is useless. We want to detect cancer in its very early stage. So in order to overcome that, we have invented and patented a biosensor, which we have named flexure-fed biosensor. And if we integrate those flexure-fed biosensors in our device, then we will be able to bring a doctor in our phones, and we don't need to go to hospital for regular checkups and for detection of diseases like cancer or HIVs.
How much is your startup cost for doing something like this?
So at least for the prototype, for the fabrication cost, it would be at least $100,000.
$100,000?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Those are just for the prototypes, right?
Yeah,
not to
right.
Produce any, but
not
just
to
the
produce.
prototype.
Yes, right.
Okay. And those would be for use on cell phones only, or for other products?
But this could be customized also. Like for a particular disease, we can have a particular biosensor. It can be for cell phones also.
Nicely done. What?
How you doing, sir? My
Hey,
name is
Art.
Anton.
Hey, Anton. Mike Cassidy.
Nice to meet you. I'm going to have a pleasure, a couple of minutes of your time to tell you a little bit about our company.
Shoot.
So first, I'd like to start off with a quick statistic. So on average, it takes over $1.3 billion to take a single cancer drug candidate and make it into a viable medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's not just because it's so expensive to make cancer drug, which is a part of it, but also because there's tens of thousands of unsuccessful attempts along the way. So these wasted resources could be greatly decreased if the technology that's used to develop or screen these cancer drugs at the early stages were to be improved. So this is where we come in.
Makes sense.
We are Timora Analytical Operation, and our mission is to develop new nanotechnology-based products for more improved cancer research and drug discovery. So we have technology that can detect protein modification that is most commonly responsible for cancer, called phosphorylation, and we can do so more confidently than our current competitors. So we have currently 2 platform technologies that can be used for different areas of cancer R&D market. One of the products, called Polymac, was actually commercialized last month by us, with sales starting last month, and we have generated $5,000 in revenue over the past 4 weeks. The second product, called PMago, will be commercialized next year for initial applications. So overall, our direct addressable market is estimated at $1.3 billion for current and future products. So we have so far taken into consideration our market projections and our revenue projections. We believe we can become cash flow positive in 2014. We have received initial investment of $20,000. We have been awarded 2 SBIR Phase 1 grants, and we are currently looking for $100,000 for further commercialization strategy. So now the question is whether you'd like to join our effort in developing these life-saving research tools. So if you're interested, I would like to give you my business card.
And I am.
So,
All right, thank you very much.
I call a little bit later. We would love to hear from you. We would love to work with you. Outside of the money, we'd love your experience, and any help and advising would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, very good. Well, tell me, Anton, how did you personally get interested in something like this?
So I was a biochemistry PhD student here at Purdue, and we have developed technology to fit our needs because the current technologies are pretty weak. And so we have received a lot of interest from other groups when we presented this technology in publication and through poster sessions. So we decided to patent it with the help of OTC and PRF, and then we decided to commercialize it.
How did you make the jump from biotechnology to nanotechnology?
So our biotechnology is based on nanotechnology.
Oh,
we have my former PI has experience in a little bit of nanotechnology, but also organic synthesis. So we can take these nanoparticles to organic synthesis, modify.
Sounds great. Best of success to you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Oh, my shoulder.
Wow. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. How are you doing? I'm Jeff Ackerman.
Hey, Jeff, Mike Cassidy. Nice to meet you.
Did you know that statistically speaking, most of the people in this building have experienced a musculoskeletal injury?
I did not.
Now, these injuries include back injuries, shoulder injuries, and knee injuries. In fact, it's so common that it's the #2 reason for seeing a doctor in the United States.
Okay.
Treating musculoskeletal injuries costs over $850 billion per year in the U.S. alone.
Big market.
Big market. My advisor and I have developed a handle suspension that can prevent musculoskeletal injury based on our NSF-funded research. Okay. So when you walk with a typical handle, your body moves up and down.
Yeah.
It bounces up and down. The load bounces with you, which makes a 20-pound load feel like a 60-pound load every time you take a step. However, with our handle suspension technology, we can reduce the bouncing of the load and reduce the force on your body by up to 80%.
Sweet.
So it's sort of like a car suspension system, except that it works with the physics of human walking to prevent injury. And our technology is currently protected by a provisional patent, and we're working with OTC to file a PCT for international protection. And the first place we want to put our handle is in stretchers for the U.S. military, because our technology can protect both the stretcher carriers and the injured soldiers, particularly if they have a spinal or neck injury. That's a serious concern. And we're working with the Army Rapid Equipping Force to put our technology into soldiers' hands within a year. Now, from there, we want to expand into the emergency services and firefighters, because we can integrate our handle system into stretchers to help them carry patients. This is a huge market because there's 3 to 4 stretchers in every fire truck and ambulance in the U.S. From there, we want to go into consumer goods. So we want to put our handle suspension into things you carry every day, like maybe not a baby carrier, but baby carriers, luggage, briefcases, and laptop bags to make things that you carry feel lighter.
All right. Okay. Well, sounds good so far. So this is just between you and me.
Yeah.
I want to know. So you mentioned first off the $850 billion consumer market. I thought then you went into the government. You going down to them because they have money. They have demand and money.
The Army Rapid Equipping Force has both demand and money. They have interest in our technology, and they would be willing to put in a significant investment to put our technology into stretchers for them.
Okay. So on either end, then, this thing would be going on to save the strain.
Yep, it will reduce the force on your body and prevent injury. And we're looking for $500,000 for IP, additional prototyping, and legal services.
Sounds great. Best of success to you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Doing great. Getting here was a little bit of a challenge, wasn't it? Parking and all.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
I expected it, though. It's
I know. It usually is a problem on college campuses. So 2 other MBA students and myself, we came up with an idea that we call TakeMeHome.com, which is basically an online platform where we're going to match up the riders who don't have cars, freshmen or international students, with the drivers, people who are looking for ways to earn some extra money.
Okay.
So we are establishing this online platform, which is essentially an auction where people place bids on the services that they want either to provide or to receive. This is a very quick and interactive way to get the service that you need. It's definitely cheaper than all other competitors, such as taxi or Zipcar service, which is currently here on campus. And it's definitely much more flexible and convenient than the bus service. So what we're thinking about doing is developing this platform. The investment is very minimal because most of the revenues that we're going to generate will come from advertisers that we're going to solicit their ads to be placed on our website. So the expenses will be only direct advertisement costs that we will incur talking to the investors.
Okay.
we're expecting about 20,000 students who will be interested in our service on a weekly basis, and we're expecting to have an advertiser base of about 500 people. With $25 advertising fee a month, we're expecting to generate $150,000 per year. Okay. So the investment will pay for itself very quickly. Yeah. So currently we have a staff of 3 people with prior startup successful experience and also experience in developing websites and mobile applications. So we're looking for a $20,000 investment in return, this will be a 10% convertible loan investment. Okay. So if you would be interested, I'd like to talk to you more about it and tell you about the great benefits and the flexibility.
Well, it sounds good. I know I might be, but let me ask you, a question comes to mind right away.
Yes.
And I know you're ahead of me on this, so tell me about the security.
Absolutely. Yeah. First, we're going to provide rankings for the riders and for the drivers to build their credibility. And second, we will stay out of agreement between the 2 parties, so we're not going to be directly involved in this. We'll let the parties handle it on their own.
So just between you and me, it sounds like you're a frustrated campus traveler.
Hello, my name is David Nelson. I am unable to speak due to a recent stroke and aphasia. I use this device to speak to the world.
Did you know an estimated 1 million people suffer from aphasia, the inability to speak, due to a stroke or some other cause every year?
I didn't know that. Sounds like a pretty big market, though.
And also, there's an estimated 48 million people that have some sort of autism, and that can also hinder their ability to speak as well.
Okay.
This app is actually built to replace common AAC devices, and those devices typically range about $8,000 after insurance kicks in, which is a huge expense. Again, as you can see, this is just an iPad with an app running on it. The total cost of this is a fraction of the cost of those traditional devices. And
breakthrough.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Oh, there are a few different players in this field. There are a couple apps that do exist. So I'm differentiating myself by integrating social networking. I'm adding natural sounding voices, and I'm creating the ability to create and share different symbol sets with the different people that are using that. And I'm encompassing all this into a support network, not just for the people that use that, but also for the caregivers and first-time parents that are going to be helping people use that. So I'm looking for $50,000 to take this app to the next level and fully commercialize it. Okay. And I'd really like to talk to you more when we have a little more time.
That sounds good. Yeah. I am interested. Did you have more to tell me?
That's it.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, you know, you made some interesting claims about what this will do. Can you walk me through a couple of them?
Absolutely. Just with using different symbol sets, the other apps that are using this, they tend to use or to be focused on just children and autism. I think there's a huge market with people that have had strokes, trauma, all kinds of other issues. And some people can use smaller symbols, some can use bigger. I want to build a fully customizable app. And also some people are able to use a keyboard just to communicate while they're learning to speak again, and that's another piece. So we're really wanting to encompass a app for a wide range of people.
Okay. All right, sounds good. How did you come up with the idea for that?
Well, actually, it started a couple of years ago, and I had many years ago, I had a grandma that suffered from a stroke and just wasn't able to speak.
Personal need.
And I always think of that. Yeah. And then when I, kind of came into the technology, the iPad came out, and started playing with text-to-speech as well. I started thinking that this could replace these devices that are extremely expensive. And a couple people beat me to the market, but I really think that there's a real need for more of a social experience and a support network.
All right. Well, best success to you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
I'm Tejasvi.
Hi, Tejas. I'm Mike Cassidy. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I would like to introduce to you the concept of atomic force microscope. It's a microscope which is used to explore nanoscale devices and objects. Okay. And I have an idea which involves making tips which can probe the surface of objects. And we want to make tips using the experience of the faculty in universities, because nanotechnology is the area in which the atomic force microscope is used, and a lot of universities use the same equipment, and we would like to improve the manufacturing of these tips for atomic force microscope. There's definitely a lot of competition for atomic force microscope tips, so we would like to develop ours based on the mistakes that we make. Definitely there will be mistakes as we start our company, so we would like to learn a lot based on what we make mistakes on.
Okay. Well, tell me, with the schools with the nanotechnology, about how big could the market be? How could it, what do you see it growing to, say, over the next 5 years?
Right now, there's a lot of market for nanotips because a lot of people use atomic force microscopes. In the future, there will be more, and probably there will be a better instrument that can explore the nano field. So
is it universities, in the industry settings? What beyond that?
I feel that right now the universities are using the atomic force microscopes more than the industry. There are industries which manufacture, and we would like to get into that also.
Okay, sure. And this will be a worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any idea about how many?
We would like to manufacture the tips for the microscopes, not the microscopes themselves.
No, I understand that, but about how many microscopes are in use? Now, do you have any idea about that?
Each university which does research in nanotechnology almost has like 5 to 6 microscopes.
Okay, so that sounds good. So you are in the nanotechnology business, it sounds like. And is this a problem that is prevalent in the labs?
The tips are supposed to be used for various purposes, and there are very limited number of designs for the tips, and we would like to make specialized tips for applications which are specific to the user. So
okay, what do you do personally in the lab?
I try to measure the currents from cells using atomic force microscope tips.
Okay, well, sounds pretty good. Nice to have met you.
Nice to meet you.
Best of success to you.
Thank you.
And today is my wife's birthday. How am I gonna call it?
You're dead in the water.
You see? So you know, iPhones, iPads, and all these smartphones and handheld devices are great. But consumer people is trying to, it's trying to look for the killer application, to the killer feature. You know what is the killer feature? Long battery life, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So we think we have the solution in our lab. We tested a new circuit technique to reduce power. Actually, we reduce 3 times the power consumption on high-performance digital circuits. So how this happened? So we were in the lab working with the current digital logic basis, and we suddenly saw, oh, this is something new, this is something different, and we came out with the technique idea to develop new circuits with low power consumption, high-performance circuits. So we are talking about a huge market, right? All the consumer electronics. But we are targeting low power handheld devices in order to extend the life of the battery. So the market, the market that we're aiming right now is about $2 billion. We are asking for about $150,000 in order to start the commercialization. We already did the provisional patent application to the technology office. And I'm asking you this before I go to the conference, because I'm going to 3 conferences this year in 2 months. And there I will show to the people in Intel and AMD this great idea. So these conferences are the top conference in the world. So
you're trying to set me up like act now or it's too late later?
Yeah, you have to act right now.
Okay.
You know, because we have
nice move. I like it.
Yeah, so we have the right application, the right killer feature for all these consumer electronic devices. You know, like this is the big deal right now for consumers in electronics.
Okay. Did you have more to tell me?
Yes, for sure. I mean, there is another thing that I would like to tell you about this. This technology is going to be used in the same technology that Intel is using. So we are not asking for new developing. They're going to just take the theory and put it in the technology. Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Well, yeah, just between you and me here.
Sure.
Sounds like it's a whole different approach rather than extending battery.